Greetings and welcome to the channel. You are tuned in to the North Node Oracle. In this reading, we're going to be tapping into the question, how are you intimidating others, or what makes you intimidating? Always remember that this is a timeless reading, so whenever it comes across your feed is when it is right for you. Also, this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. We have 3 different groups for you to choose from. We have group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. Cast your gaze on the different groups and I will see you inside. If you chose group number 1, then this is going to be your reading. We're going to be tapping into the energy of how you intimidate others, or what makes you intimidating to others, group number 1. Now, right off the bat, I'm seeing something in regards to your creativity here. I'm also seeing something in regards to how you relate to others. Now, always remember that this is a general reading, so take what resonates and don't let it take from you. You drop the rest for someone else to appreciate. But group number 1, our first card that we have here is Prostitute. Accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. And then we have places material considerations and security above self-empowerment. Following that, we have the Knight of Voices, the 3 of Materials, and we have the 10 of Inspiration. So group number 1, there's something in regards to how you show up in your relationship to others that may make you intimidating to others. There's something about you not being able to be controlled by the masses here. I'm seeing that there used to be a part of you that maybe listened to others before you honored yourself. But what I'm seeing here, group number 1, is how you intimidate others is that you have or you are in the process of putting that to rest, meaning that you're not easily intimidated. You are also not easily persuaded by others here. You intimidate others because you have a strength where you do have a capacity or a talent to pull in a lot of money, maybe a lot of ideas. And when I say money, let me change that. Stability here. However, what I'm seeing here is that you're very, very careful about how you take in others' opinions. And that could be intimidating to some people. It's what I'm seeing here, group number 1, is the way that you intimidate others is, on one hand, people want to collaborate with you and they want to add you to their group in some way, but then on the other hand, there's something about you that can't be persuaded here. Some of you who are listening to group number 1 could have been, I don't like using the word burned, but you could have saw the real side of joining groups that try to control you. And I'm hearing some of you say never again here. Now, again, take this message as it resonates. Drop the rest for someone else to appreciate. People are intimidated by you because, again, they can't persuade you. I'm seeing a group of people sitting around possibly talking about a specific subject, and some people, to be cool, they agree with it. But group number one, you actually are the one that steps up and says, you know, I may see what you're saying, but I don't agree with that. Or you might straight up just say, no, I don't think so. That's really not for me. Or some of you may stay silent and you're not just going to be talking just to add to the group. But that could make you intimidating to people. Because again, I'm seeing that there is some type of enmeshment in, coming together with people maybe unhealthily. That could have been in your past. But what I'm seeing here, group number one, is maybe people are intimidated by the fact that they can't brainwash you. Now, at the bottom of this other deck that we're going to be using, I have Aries. Aries talks about trailblazing, innovative, fearless. People are intimidated by you because you seriously, I'm going to put this over here. You walk to the beat of your own drum. It's like you take initiative to start things. It's like I'm getting that you're not a follower, group one, and that's how you could be intimidating to others. Because again, I'm seeing that people could have tried to persuade your thought process in regards to maybe a specific situation or in general, and you're just not there for that. And that's a big, way of how you are intimidating others. This could be people from your past here. This could also be how people look at you in general here. I'm hearing you having the last vote on something, and I'm hearing people say, I don't know, the only way to come at group number one is to be truthful and honest, because we're not going to persuade them. They're fearless in thinking the way that they want to think, and that's how you are intimidating others. Let's get some more cards. How is group number one intimidating others? We have the Star. You're intimidating others, group number one, because again, there's something in regards to you following your own intuition, you following your own ideas here. I'm hearing group speak, but it's like you're not really a part of that now. I'm not saying that you're standoffish, which you could be, and if that's something that you would like to change, then this is an invitation to have some insight on how people see you. But for the most part, when you make your decisions, group number one, you intimidate people because, again, you don't let people whisper in your ear about things. Now, you may have a small group of people that you discuss things with, or you could simply just go to your higher self here in regards to moving forward on a situation, and that could be intimidating to people because it's like, again, you're not someone who follows the crowd. It's like you are the crowd. You are the trailblazer. You are at the beginning of your own thoughts here. You are fearless. What's intimidating about group number one? Like, how are they intimidating to people? Yeah, I'm seeing that you're hard to be controlled, group number one. We have the Knight of Cups here. Yeah, there's something about your emotions, group number one. Even though you are very in touch with your emotions, okay, and you are very, you know, you could be heart centered. You do think with your mind and your heart, because we have the Knight of Voices here, which talks about your mind and it talks about information, and we also have the Knight of Cups. You have a good balance of mind and heart here, which also makes you intimidating to people. Because not only do you not allow people to persuade you, but it's like you know how to tune into your intuition in regards to things. How is group number one intimidating others? Another way that you're intimidating people, group number one, is that you're not afraid to let things go. You're being seen as someone who is not afraid to let things go and start over. Again, I got a lot of transformational energy. You know, we talked about your creativity here. That could be another reason why people want to work with you, or want to be in your vicinity. But you're intimidating others because you're not afraid to start over or lay things to rest here, or kind of I'm seeing someone balling up a piece of paper, throwing it away, and starting from scratch with something if an idea doesn't work here. How is group number one intimidating to others? Another way that you can be intimidating to others, group number one, when I talked about the fact that you are a trailblazer and you don't allow people, it's like when someone tells you something, you don't just take the first thing that someone says and run with it. It's like you look at all the options here. You're not just going to let someone come and tell you their opinion about someone or a specific situation before you investigate it. It's like you're not going to allow people to cast illusions here. And that's how you can be intimidating to people, because they know that they can't fool you because you're going to do what you're going to do. Now we have the Six of Cups. This could be people from your past, group number one, that, you know, are intimidated by you. You can be intimidating people from your past, again, by the way that you've transformed, by the way that you've changed things, by the way that you cannot be bought here, by the way that, again, you have made your own path. Again, what I'm seeing here is there could have been a little confusion on what path to take, because we could have had a little bit of a meshment here. But you're intimidating others here, you know, specifically people from the past, group number one, by being a trailblazer, by being fearless, by trying something different here. Let's get one more card for how is group number one intimidating others? How is group number one intimidating? Okay, thank you. We have the Ace of Swords here. Group number one, again, so the reason why you're intimidating to others is because, again, you're a trailblazer. You are appearing to be fearless, especially from people from your past here, okay? You're intimidating because, again, there's some type of clarity here. There's some type of information or light that has been shed on who you are, which gives you the strength to go forward and blaze your own trail here. It's like you're not afraid to blaze your own trail, and that's why you are intimidating to others. It's like there's a group thing here. It's like you used to care so much about being a part of something that maybe you made yourself small here, but what's intimidating about you is that there's something that you have found within yourself, some type of clarity, some type of power that makes you intimidating to others because you're not afraid to blaze your own trail here. And again, you can't be bought, and people can't come and cast illusions about specific situations because you have a great balance of mind and heart, group number one. Well, that is the message that came through in this reading. Thank you so much for joining me. I am the North Node Oracle, and I'll see you again in the next reading. If you chose group number 2, then this is going to be your reading. We're going to be tapping into the question of how do you intimidate others? And or why are you intimidating to others, group number 2? Now, always remember that this is a general reading. So whenever it comes across your feed is when it is right for you. Also, take what resonates and don't let it take from you. Let's go ahead and get into why group number 2 is intimidating, or how do they intimidate others. So group number 2, what I'm getting from you is that you have a very strong sense of justice here in regards to how you intimidate people. You could be in law enforcement. You could, let's say you're not in law. There's something about you being you standing up for people, or you standing up for the rights of others. You know, I'm getting people who can't stand up for themselves. And the reason why that could be intimidating is because what I'm getting is that you bring justice to people, places, or things that can't bring justice to themselves here. You could be the person that stands up for others around you. You could be someone who stands up for some type of right here, rights of animals, rights of the hidden and unseen here. How is group number 1 intimidating others here? There's something about you being very balanced in the way that you think about things here. I'm seeing that you're very intimidating to people who, or things who come for others who can't stand up for themselves here. I'm hearing group number 2 that you call out injustices. Okay, so we have finance, value, possessions here. People could be intimidated by I'm seeing something about value, other people's value here. I'm seeing group number 2, you could be the type of person that if you are in the face of someone who is, again, being mistreated in any kind of way, that's not going to fly with you. And the other person on the other end, or the person or the thing who is doing the injustice, is intimidated by you here. How does group number 2 intimidate people? What do people find intimidating about group number 2? Yeah, there's some type of, I'm getting an energy, group 2, of you watering seeds You being the person, again, that fights for justice for others. You could be that person that people come to when they say, well, wait until I tell group number 2. Group number 2, another way that you intimidate people is people really don't know like what decision you're going to make. You come off as someone who, again, it's like you have a poker face. They don't know really which way you're gonna go here. And that's how you intimidate others also. It's like when you are making a decision, people don't know which way you're going to go or what type of decision you're going to make. And the reason that is because you weigh all of your options, group number 2. So you're definitely intimidating to the person who wants to make a fast decision or push something through. Because what I'm seeing with the 2 of voices here, before you walk through a door or before you make a decision here, you weigh all of your options here. You could come from a lot of money. But what I'm also seeing here, group number 2, is that you could also be the type of person that facilitates growth within others about their value within. And that could be intimidating to the people that want to control them. Because one of the biggest ways to control someone is to hide their value and not let them know of their value. And you intimidate others by either A, not allowing that to happen, or B, by showing people their value. That's why I'm getting a very, very high philanthropic vibe from group number 2. There's something about balance. There's something about you seeing things as being fair or not fair. You're not for things not being fair here, group number 2. And that could be intimidating to others here. Another thing that's intimidating about you and why people find you intimidating, group 2, like I said, people cannot know like how you're gonna move because you keep your movements, you keep your investments here, group number 2, because 7 of materials also talks about investments or things that you're growing. You keep those things protected. You keep them out of public view. I'm really though getting there's something in regards to injustice, group number 2. Also, people again can be intimidated by you because you don't allow all of your cards to be shown here. But behind the scenes, it's like you're weighing all the options in regards to your situation, and that can intimidate people when they don't know. They don't know like how you're going to decide something. Again, I'm also getting big vibes about value because the 2nd house rules Taurus here. And Taurus talks about value. It talks about things that make us comfortable. It talks about investments here. We have the King of Swords here. Yeah, there's something in regards to you, again, being very balanced, but not showing all your cards. There's something about gambling also, group number 2. You could be a high-stake gambler, or you could be someone who takes a lot of chances. And what's intimidating about you is that you don't let people know what your next move is. You're also intimidating others, group 2, again, by either the way that you communicate. I can hear when people speak with you that you only give them the information needed. You don't fill time with a whole lot of words that have nothing to do with the situation or the conversation. And some people can see that as intimidating because, again, they can't get a read on you. How is group number 2 intimidating others? And why are they intimidating to others? So again, on one hand, it's like you don't let people know what you're doing. But then on the other hand, group number 2, you're also very open to new beginnings. I'm hearing high stakes here also. It's like the way that you move forward, only you know. And then when you know, everyone else knows. And that's how you could be intimidating to others also, is people just don't really know, like, they don't know which way to go with you. They could be intimidated because they don't know, like, how to invest or if they should invest. How is group number 2 intimidating to others? How is group number 2 intimidating to others? You have the Ace of Pentacles. And we have the Emperor. Group number 2, I'm hearing something about high stakes, something about investing here. It could be people investing in you. Because what I'm getting from you, group number 2, is that you're very unpredictable. Even though we don't have Uranus or Uranus in here, there's something very unpredictable about you and your actions. And it's unpredictable because you don't always show all your cards or what or who that you are investing in here. You know, people are intimidated by the fact that you do have leadership qualities. They're intimidated by the fact that in the end, maybe some of the decisions that you make do come out to be fruitful, but they don't know that that's going to happen. This could be people that depend on you, or these could be people who want to know your next move, group number 2, but you intimidate others by the way that you move here. You're fair. You do take a leadership role here. People are intimidated by the fact that, again, you do stand up for injustices. But there's something big about investments here. It's like people also want to invest in you because they see big value, but they don't really know how you move, group number 2. So that's why people are intimidated by you. There are a lot of great qualities that I see. However, there is something in regards to how you move that's risky here. And that's why, you know, people are intimidated by you. And this could be mostly people who want to invest in you in regards to something. but they're not really sure on how you operate, because there's certain parts of yourself that you keep hidden. And when you pop out is when you pop out. It's like people don't know that you're working on something until it's actually finished here. And that can intimidate some people because, again, they can't see how you move. But again, like I said, there are certain aspects of your personality that show you to be someone who is definitely not okay with injustice, not okay with things not being fair. People could also be intimidated, again, by when you make a decision, it's go time. I'm also seeing people are intimidated by the way that you start a lot of new projects, group number 2. There's something in regards to investments or investing here. It's like people are excited by you because they know that you're fair, but they just don't know which way you're going to go, and that's what makes people intimidated by you, group number 2. Well, that is the message that came through in this reading. Thank you so much for joining me. I am the North Node Oracle, and I'll see you again in the next reading. If you chose group number 3, then this is going to be your reading. We're going to be tapping into the energy of why are people intimidated by you, or how do you intimidate people, group number 3. If you chose the pyrite here. So group number 3, let's go ahead and get into your reading here, and we're going to discuss how you intimidate others here. Now, what I'm getting here, group number 3, is that there's something about the way that you actually appear to others, okay? What I'm getting here in the energy that you give off to people, group number 3, is that you are the type of person that comes across as possibly somebody needing help, possibly someone who is, I don't want to say innocent, but someone who comes off very, very soft, very, very nice, and things like that. But what I'm getting here is once you get to know you here and you walk through that door, you are a very different person here. Or this door could be the door of mess around and find out, because people aren't intimidated about you right away. Now, some people could be, because they can sense that just because you look nice and you talk nice and that you possibly give off this soft energy, you're really not to be messed with, group number 3. And that's how that's how you intimidate others, because it's like people want to rush in, and say, oh, they're so nice and they're so this. But again, if you're rubbed the wrong way, it's really not going to be a good day for whoever comes into contact with you. It's like you have the perfect balance between the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups. Now, let's get it straight here that the queens don't necessarily mean a woman here. It talks about energy here. So people are intimidated by, again, there's this possible soft energy that draws you in. But if you are, I don't want to say brave, but again, it's like if you mess up or if you mess around and find out, you might be introduced here to this Queen of Wands energy that is very fiery here. People are intimidated, group 3, again, by your intuition and how you just know things also here. It's like there's two sides. I mean, there's two sides to everyone here. but especially with you. What I'm also getting is that you do have a lot to give in your friendships, in your relationships here. It's like you offer stability, you offer worth here, but it's not so easy to get through because you've gone through some things and you've seen a lot of people and how they really are here. So when you look at someone, it's like you can kind of see right through them. People could also be intimidated by you, group number 3, because you hold up a mirror for people to see how they're acting here. Let's get some more cards on group number 3 and how they are intimidating to others here. Group number 3, again, what I'm seeing here with the 8 of Swords is you get people stuck in their head here. You get people stuck in their head and you get people wondering about maybe conversations, again, that they had with you here. What I'm getting from you, group number 3, is how you intimidate others is you may be a person that doesn't have a lot of words. Again, you let people, I don't want to say dig their own hole, but you let people talk because what you're doing is you're allowing yourself to kind of see what type of person they are. I'm getting that you're the type of person who can definitely not tap into other people's intentions here, but people could be intimidated by you because there's nothing that goes past you, group number 3, because what I'm getting again is you are a very good listener. You allow people just enough to show you who they really are, and that could intimidate others here. What I'm seeing here is that maybe after having conversations with you, people could be, wondering, oh my gosh, did I say the right thing? Or did group number 3 notice this about me here? I'm also getting that your presence, whether you know it or not, group 3, could cause a little bit of anxiety in people because you do, even though you may come off as, soft, there's an energy about you that's very, very strong, group number 3. And it could be intimidating to others. But what I'm hearing, though, is if you're on the right side of justice, then you don't have anything to be afraid of. Justice in meaning on someone who's not trying to play in your face here. How does group number 3 intimidate others? You could also be very physically attractive here, group number 3 is what I'm getting. You have the perfect amount of, I want to say, masculine and feminine energy. You have a great, an equal amount of hard and soft here, group number 3. And people could be intimidated by that. How does group number 3 intimidate others? Okay, so we have here the High Priestess. So it's something in regards to you and your inner knowing, group number 3. It's like you see the unseen in people. The unseen in maybe people's potential, or you could pick up what words that people, it's like the stuff that some people don't say. And that can intimidate others. I'm seeing people saying, how do they know that about me? How does group number 3 intimidate others? We have the Page of Cups here. this is a side note, group number 3. What I'm getting here is that you could be intimidating to someone who may want to offer you an apology here. They could be stuck in their head in regards to how to come towards you. There's something, again, jagged here about your presence, group number 3. It's like you appear as this is very soft, but there's something here that people know that they can't cross. Now, this could be a specific person. I'm getting a message for a specific person that may, again, want to come towards you here. There could even be a thing of people wanting to get to know you better with the Page of Cups, offering you some type of cup here, but they could be stuck in their head because people could not really know what to say when they come towards you, and that could be intimidating to people. Again, because it's like you give off like you have this inner knowing about them. We have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, you give off a very leave me alone energy, group number 3. And I don't know if this is something that you're trying to do or if this is just who you are. What I'm getting here, group number 3, is you could be the group that has the RBF. The type of person where someone says smile and you say, I am smiling. This is just my face. Now, as a side note, I don't really like when people tell people to smile. It's like you don't know what's on my mind. Or it's really not your business, right? What my face looks like. If I want to talk to you, then I'll talk to you. But that's what you're giving off, group number 3. You're giving off a very serious energy. You could have a job where, again, you have to have this type of energy, because then if you don't, people are going to try to run all over you. And that's what makes you intimidating. You know, what makes you also intimidating is, again, even though you are tapped in, because we have the Queen of Cups showing that you are very nurturing once you get inside these gates here. Because there's 2 paths with you that you can cross. You can cross over into the land of, you know, we're having a great time, or you can cross over into the land of, oh my gosh, why did I do that? And that's with everyone, but specifically for you, group number 3, and that's what makes you intimidating. Because what I'm getting here is once someone crosses you, it's going to be really hard for them to get you to be emotional again. And that's what I'm getting too from a specific person here that may want to come towards you and offer some type of apology, but they don't really know how to approach you. Or it could be someone who is slightly interested, but they don't really know how to approach you because you come off as someone who just doesn't take any crap from anybody. How is group number 3 intimidating others? There's something very intellectual about you as well. So group number 3, we can't ignore we have all the queens on the table. There's something that you have achieved here in regards to your feminine energy that has to do with your intellect. It has to do with your life force and how you light the fire of the things that you want to do, and your emotions. With all of that here, people can be intimidated by that. Because you're coming across as a complete person here. Not coming across, but it's like you have a lot to offer, group number 3, and people are intimidated by that, because again, there could be a lot of people who maybe see your outer appearance and they want to approach you, but there's something that you're giving off in your energy that is like, stay away unless you have something good. Okay, so we have the King of Cups here. So not only, group number 3, are you balanced with your emotions here, because we have the King and Queen of Cups, we have counterparts in here. We have the King of Cups, we have the Queen and the King here of Cups. You could be very intimidating to someone who wants to make you an offer, group number 3 here. Someone who holds you very close to their heart. But there's something about your energy that shows that you keep your emotions under wraps here. And that's what could be intimidating about you. Let's get one more card here. Yeah, so when I cut this deck, we got Mercury. There could be some type of communication that wants to come in for you, group number 3, but someone is really trying to figure out how to get through to this Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands energy here. And that's how you're intimidating others. You know a lot. You're balanced with your emotions and your heart. You can see through people. And I'm just seeing someone who, again, may want to come towards you here, but they just don't know how to do it because they don't want to get burned here. And you could have a very good reason on why you come across this way, but I'm definitely seeing, you know, there could be someone who wants to communicate with you or express something to you, because we have that Page of Cups here. And that's why people are intimidated, or a specific person is intimidated by you, group number 3. Well, that is the message that came through in this reading. Thank you so much for joining me. I am the North Node Oracle, and I'll see you again in the next reading.